Started rodeo at a young age. Growing up in Ponoka, Alberta, I was experienced a lot of ranch life. Growing up, my granddad was a four-time Canadian champion bull rider. A lot of good cowboys come out of Ponoka. And growing up on the ranch, you're always wanting to compete with your buddies, getting on the baby calves. And I guess naturally I just progressed into getting on cows and getting on steers. I competed in the Canadian Professional Rodeo Association in the steer riding from age 11 to 13. At the age of 13, I actually got to win my hometown rodeo now, which is the Calgary Stampede. This was the bronze I received, as every Calgary Stampede champion received. Really awesome experience, winning it in front of a huge crowd like Calgary. And it really gave me the taste of what being a champion feels like. And it made me want to keep going, continue on with my rodeo career. After I was 13, I began riding junior bulls. Junior bulls are basically anywhere from age 2 to 4. They can weigh up to 800 to 1,200 pounds, and they're pretty much going through the same thing we are. Stock contractors are wanting to see if they have what it takes to become a professional bull and to go into the open. And so they're testing their abilities against us just as much as we're testing our skills and ability against them. So it's kind of neat to see how much ability you got compared to an 800,000-pound bull. I had pretty good success as well in the junior bull riding. My last year juniors, I won all 3 of my amateur associations. Met a lot of good friends. I do a lot of traveling throughout the summers, falls, and spring. I go to roughly between 40 and 60 rodeos a year. I've been riding bulls for the last 3 years. This will be my 4th full season. I just started riding bareback horses in the spring of 2011. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to compete throughout the 2011 season in the bareback riding due to a broken wrist. I'm going to explain to you a little bit about how the equipment works. Number one important thing to bull riding here is my rope. My rope is braided for strength, as you can see here, and then I have my handhold. My handhold has padding here for my knuckles. I then have a leather glove. Slip it in. Basically, what's going to happen is when I'm on the bull, I run my hand in like so. I then have a partner tighten the bull rope so that my hand stays in. I then wrap my hand with what we call the bull tail. I wrap it around like so, give it a little twist, and that's how the bull rope works.
Got that extra bit of talent, and this is Raz McNabb.
Another important piece of equipment to staying on the bull is my spurs. Without spurs and without knowing how to use the proper spur, you pretty much got no chance of staying on. As you can see here with this particular spur, it has a locking device, so that way when you have to grab a hold of the bull's hide, it's not going to slip up. There's no give in this spur. As well, you have the natural cowboy boot here. And that's just kind of part of protection. As it comes up in here, you get the protectant leather. Another important piece is obviously the bull riding vest. A lot of people think this is some sort of steel or metal in this protecting vest. It's not. What it is it's just kind of like a firm foam padding. You still have a real chance of getting injured here, but it's a hell of a lot better than wearing nothing.
The horse's shoulders, the first jump out of the chute. Here we go. Come on, Jake the Snake. Look at this. Hey, that's a nice bareback ride. That is just a nice.
My bareback riding equipment, there are some significant differences. Number one thing you have to have is what we call a bareback rigging. As you can see here, it's almost like a suitcase handle. This then slips over the horse's back. These go around the horse's girth, and that's how I tighten it. The bareback rigging is a lot different than the bull rope. There's no tightening mechanism on my hand. What I have here is a padded glove that only has a few millimeters of room to slip in between this handle. And so what that creates is a bind on my hand and on my knuckles, and that's what allows me to hang on while I'm riding the horse. Same kind of deal as the bull riding vest. This is not as bulky. It allows for a little more movement within the shoulders, but inside up here you still get that foam padding for protection. A really important piece, bareback riding is the most physically demanding sport in rodeo, is the neck roll. You'll see a lot of guys getting strained shoulders, torn out shoulders, and a lot of whiplash. This basically slips over my shoulders and comes up the neck. This doesn't allow my neck to be whipped back while I'm getting the power from the horse. You have the boot and the spur in bareback riding. The major difference between this spur and the bull riding spur is that this has a free range to roll, and what that allows is my feet to come back to my bareback rigging and then set again onto the horse's neck, and it's just kind of the two different styles of riding between bull riding and bareback riding. So what we got here is what we call a spur board. It's used for saddle bronc riders and bareback riders. What it simulates for the event of saddle bronc riding and bareback riding, it is required that you spur the animal or the horse. So basically this simulates the horse's neck and shoulders, and then this would be, I guess, the back where I sit. This is my bareback rigging. When I'm on a horse, this, what we call latigos, will go underneath the horse's girth, and that's how the rigging is tightened. Here we kind of compensate for that with the rings. What I'll do is I'll send the latigos through the rings, and then I tighten it to keep the rigging down when I'm pulling on it. So this is what we call a bareback riding glove. The main difference between this glove and the bull riding glove is that there's a lot of extra padding. You can see this is all firm, I guess kind of like a hockey glove. And when I run my hand in the rigging, what that allows for a lot of tightness within the rigging, within the handhold here. The handhold itself cannot tighten down like a bull rope. A bull rope, when you pull it, it'll tighten down, and that's how your hand stays in. With a bareback riding glove, it's the bind, what we call the bind. And if you don't have a good bind with your bareback rigging and your glove, you're pretty well screwed, because your hand's going to pop right out of the rigging, and you're going to be sent flying. So now, every time I'm on my my spur board, I try and think of me actually in the chute and actually being prepared to get on a horse. So I kind of just go through the motions of what I'll be doing when I'm on the horse. So basically, you want your legs in tight like this, as you'll have steel bars or steel chutes around you. And if that horse starts to move at all and your legs are out like this, you have a good chance of breaking your ankles or hurting your legs. And then what you want to do to create the most bind is you drop your elbow down like this, and your elbow sticks out like this. And when you run your hand in, as you can see, I can't just easily slide my hand in. So I have to pull And as you'll hear there, you'll hear the squeaking. And I pull my hand in as far as I can, and that's going to create a lot of bind. Once I rock my hand back, that's, as you can hear there, that's the bind. So now my hand is locked. It's not just my grip that's holding me on. It's actually locked into place through the bind with the leather rigging and my glove. That is done. I take a couple deep breaths and I slide up on my rigging like so. And now basically I'm almost ready to go. The stock contractor in the back will have the horse ready. And now it's basically, when you say go, I'm going to nod my head. I'm going to pretend like they're going to open the chute. So obviously this spur board doesn't move, but I'm going to simulate what a ride will look like. I'll do it slow first and then I'll do it fast. Basically, I'm going to wait 2 seconds till the horse is out of the chute, and then I snap my feet up like that, simulating the horse's neck. I hold that roughly about 2-3 seconds, and this is where my spur lick comes in. So it's here, there, here, there, here, there. And once I'm done, the horse will be jerking me back kind of like that. I double grab like this, my feet drop, and now is the most important time of the ride. Is you'll see the pickup men riding on free horses, on their horses. They come, and to get my glove out, I have to toss my elbow down, and I have to jerk my hand out and work my bareback riding glove out of my rigging, and then I get off a horse, and a rider will come in, and they'll save me off the horse. Easy as that. I recently got a scholarship to a university in the States. I'm hoping to take a 4-year kinesiology degree down there. You know, being able to ride bulls is just a bonus for me. You know, there's great opportunity if a young athlete is able to combine it with a sport, much like hockey, football, baseball. If you have the want and the drive to obtain, you know, a degree and be able to compete in a sport, you know, it's just, you know, it's an opportunity that I don't think anybody would want to pass up.